It's a new year and NLW 24/7 is back on the air with New Year's Revolution. Tonight, the 24/7 Championship will be on the line as the Macho Man, Randy Savage, defends against the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. There's Falls Count Anywhere and it's going to be an all-out war. Plus, two American heroes collide as Remy Montoya presents this match between Hulk Hogan and Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. And in a match requested by Cringe God on Patreon, Walter faces Paul London in this open challenge from Walter. Paul London has accepted and tonight they go one-on-one, but to kick us off, a match courtesy of John on Patreon. The Undertaker goes one-on-one with the Extreme Enigma tonight, Jeff Hardy. And what a way to kick off the new year for NLW 24/7. Thanks to John on Patreon for requesting this one. Two former NLW 24/7 champions set to collide. And there is no story going into this one other than the fact that Jeff Hardy wants to prove he's a better wrestler than The Undertaker. And of course we've seen them compete in a number of matches all over the world in the past, 20 years we're talking? But here tonight they face off in NLW 24/7 to kick off a new era and a new year for this show. And of course it will be contested under Extreme Rules, meaning anything goes. The Undertaker strikes fear into the hearts of many men. And Jeff Hardy, yes, he's a daredevil. Yes, he takes risks. But I don't know if there's any more of a risk that you can take than stepping in the ring with the Phenom, The Undertaker. And when John requested this, I'm telling you what, NLW 24/7 was looking for a marquee match to kick off 2022. And my God, we've got it here tonight between The Undertaker and Jeff Hardy. And an Extreme Rules match too, that really raises the stakes. Of course, both these men former 24/7 champions in their own right. With a win, one of them could be in line for a title shot against whoever wins tonight, whether that's Brock Lesnar or Randy Savage. But we will get to those matches later tonight. And a big boot from The Undertaker turns Jeff Hardy inside out and goes for the elbow, but misses. And now Jeff Hardy clotheslining Undertaker out of this ring. Well, the Phenom, he's got that experience edge on Jeff Hardy, but Hardy is a veteran as well as he runs along the barricade and delivers a diving clothesline that wipes out the Phenom. And now Jeff Hardy, he's going to try and use every high-risk tactic he can. Try and take down The Undertaker and goes for a crossbody, but The Undertaker catches him and drives him into the ring post here. And a new era of NLW 24/7. You know there's going to be even more chaos, even more carnage. We saw a lot of great matches last year and we're kicking it off with this Extreme Rules contest. Went for the leg drop, but Jeff Hardy moved that chair and the leg drop caught the steel instead. Now Hardy with a tope con hello, wiping out the Phenom. The dead man taken aback by the high-flying maneuvers of the charismatic Enigma. And Hardy going to get Undertaker back in the ring. Remember, only a pinfall or submission in the ring is going to win this one, unlike in our main event, where it will be Falls Count Anywhere. As Hardy uses that kendo stick, delivers some shots, but an Undertaker uppercut floors Hardy. And now Jeff on the shoulders, looking for snake eyes, but turns it into a tornado DDT right on that steel chair. That's going to rock the Undertaker, and so is that. Chair shot to the face. And now back up on their feet for the twist of fate. Right on that steel chair. And Hardy wants to end it. A new year, a new Jeff Hardy looking for the swanton, but the Undertaker back to his feet. And oh my God! Chokeslam to Jeff Hardy, whose back collides with the steel stairs. The spine of Jeff Hardy messed up big time on those steel stairs as we take a look at this replay. From the top rope to the floor below, Hardy's spine compressed in a number of ways as the Undertaker going to bring in some hardware with the tables and goes for a leg and went for that boot, but Hardy scoured it, and the poetry of motion as the Undertaker was caught on the barricade. And the Undertaker going to roll back in to try and escape Jeff Hardy, but now Hardy sticking to what he knows best, bringing the ladder in. We remember that classic ladder match he had last year against Roman Reigns for the 24/7 title. Well, now he's using it to deliver a leg drop off the head of the Undertaker. And now you wonder what's going through Hardy's mind. It's going to take something big, something risky to keep this man down. And a chair shot again to the skull. Hardy now, where is he going? Undertaker on the table. Hardy on the top rope. And the leg drop through the table. Jeff Hardy pulling out a hell of a risk. And goes for a cover. But the Undertaker sits up. Undertaker sits up and boosts that ladder in the face of Hardy. And a choke slam on that open ladder. Right on the ridge. And there's no good way to fall on a ladder, but that may have been the worst way possible for Jeff Hardy to land off that choke slam. And now the Undertaker looking for a last ride maybe. But Hardy scales a ladder and a whisper in the wind off the top of the ladder. The boost of Hardy may have knocked out the Undertaker. And again setting up that ladder and the table. Oh my goodness, the Undertaker in a lot of trouble. Hardy now on top of the ladder. No way! Swanton, but the Undertaker catches him. And he's going for the last ride. The Undertaker with insane strength to catch Jeff Hardy off the top. But he is not done. The Undertaker climbing the ladder with Hardy. And a tombstone pile driver through the table. And the Undertaker picks up the first win of 2022. The Undertaker with a humongous chokeslam, followed with a brutal last ride and then the tombstone. Well, Hardy threw everything he had at the Undertaker here, including this huge leg drop from the top of the ladder, but then that was the turning point in my opinion. Yes, that whisper in the wind was effective, but when he went for the Swanton bomb, the Undertaker was there to catch him and deliver the last ride to Hardy. And then this tombstone right through the table. And Jeff Hardy not starting 2022 in a good way. This new year, off to an incredible start by The Undertaker, who picks up the win here at our opening contest on NLW 24/7. Well, New Year's Revolution rolls on with this open challenge match, a 10-minute time limit. Paul London only has to last 10 minutes with Walter. But the question is that even possible? And there he is, the Ring General, Walter. Cringe God setting this match in motion. However, what happened back at the Greatest Royal Rumble was certainly one of the most shocking things we've ever seen. And we will show you that footage in just a moment, but for now, just bask in the presence of the Ring General, the former 24/7 champion, now looking for revenge against Paul London, who's accompanied to the ring by the Bunny. Follow the White Rabbit from the White Rabbit tribe. It is Paul London, and yes, he is freaky, he is out there, but in the Greatest Royal Rumble, he pulled off perhaps the shock of the night. We'll take you back to last December. It was the Greatest Royal Rumble. Walter thought he was easily going to eliminate Paul London, but London with the upset, eliminating Walter from the match and ensuring that Walter did not get the 24/7 title back around his waist. Well, of course, the bunny shouting words of encouragement, but that is not enough against Walter. A gigantic chop to Paul London, and this is an open challenge match. That means Paul London only has to last 10 minutes with Walter to be considered victorious. And now going to pick up Paul London again, and a brutal club to the back and the spine of Paul London. And Paul London, I think he's already saying no more. But rolls through, and a kick to the face of Walter, and a snap Hurricane Rana. And they've created some separation for the moment. And comes over the top, cross body, but chopped in mid-air. Like hitting a frying pan to a fly. That was insane impact, and the bunny is also not happy at ringside seeing his man, Paul London, get powerbombed into the ring post. And tell you what, the rabbit out there, he's biting his nails. He might be better off chewing on a carrot for his nerves as he sees Paul London being stretched. And this matchup may not even go 5 minutes, let alone 10 minutes, if Walter has his way. And the Boston Crab, but Paul London somehow gets to the ropes. And you know what? We saw Paul London eliminate Walter from the Greatest Royal Rumble. What's to say he can't win this match tonight here at New Year's Revolution? But a kick from Paul London. And now a missile drop kick. That is what London has to do. Those high-flying manoeuvres, and immediately back to his feet. Off the ropes goes London. Walter misses the chop as London rolls through. And a tornado tilt-a-whirl DDT. London now going back to his corner, and that's very smart. Make sure that Walter can't catch him. And off the ropes, but caught in mid-air, and a fall-away slam from the ring general. Now Walter is back on his feet. What is the plan here? What does he have to do? Wait a minute, look at this. The bunny on the top rope. And that wasn't a rabbit punch, more of a rabbit kick. A rabbit boot, if you will. And now going to put it away with a powerbomb, but Paul London turns it into a DDT. And now Walter on the outside, Paul London checking on the rabbit. I don't think he's going to be okay, but maybe after this Walter won't be. Look at this! Look out for our London! A running shooting star press over the top rope, crashing onto Walter. Walter taken out, and at 260 pounds, it is not easy to take this man off his feet. But Paul London did it just then. Risking life and limb, and Paul London not letting up 1 second. He's on the top rope. Shooting star maybe. Lands on his feet. And Walter with a brutal Western lariat. London is down. London maybe knocked out. And now Walter on top. Big splash, but moves. And now London onto the second rope. And the mushroom stomp to the back of the skull. Springboard. Moonsault. Kick Rana. Hooks the outside leg, but a kick up from Walter. Surprisingly, Paul London is staying in this one. But remember, it's only a 10 minute time limit in this one. Can Paul London do it? 450, but kicked in the face. And now that sleeper, that European sleeper hold applied in the centre of the ring. Is London going to tap out here? He's trying to get free. But a sleeper suplex, my God, drops him on the back of his head. Walter may have destroyed Paul London before all of us here tonight, and what is he thinking now? Look at the sadistic look on Walter's face. Oh my God. Chopping him in the chest. And maybe academic from here. Big time powerbomb. Oh no way, a second powerbomb, and Walter not stopping. A third powerbomb, a powerbomb symphony if you will. And now these crushing elbows to the back of the head. And the referee calls it. Paul London cannot continue. Walter is your winner by technical knockout. Well, Walter destroying Paul London here tonight, but you can't say that London didn't put up a hell of a fight. Look at this again. Shooting star press into that Western lariat. And from here it was almost academic until this point. London nearly won it with a Cape Rana. However, the 450 got kicked in the face, and then the powerbomb symphony was enough for Walter to put it away, along with some vicious elbow strikes to the point where the referee actually had to stop the contest. Well, the Rabbit taking solace in the fact that it could have been worse. Then again, Paul London not going to escape this night without his fair share of injuries, as the Ring General picks up another win here on NLW 24/7. And coming up next, folks, at New Year's Revolution, it's going to be two American heroes colliding in this dream match. The American icon, Hulk Hogan, goes one-on-one with the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt freaking Angle. And for this match, we have Remy Montoya on Patreon to thank. Thank you for requesting this matchup between two very similar competitors in many ways. Both very proud Americans, both represent traditional ideals, but they're both very different wrestlers. Hulk Hogan, more power. Kurt Angle, the more technical of the two. But ultimately, it's who's got the most fight in them that's going to win this matchup. And you know what? A surprisingly mixed reaction for Kurt Angle's opponent here tonight. And it's to be expected. He's a polarising figure. To many, he's a hero. To many, though, he's obnoxious. And you know what? I can see both sides of the argument, but no one can deny he's a staple of American pop culture. And at the greatest Royal Rumble, we saw Hulk Hogan sneak up on Kurt Angle to eliminate him, but this is what he got in return: an Angle slam into the ring post. And that is why we've got this match here tonight. Hogan and Angle one-on-one. Hogan, of course, going to hot dog and grandstand for these fans, but Kurt Angle not interested in that. Is simply here to wrestle. But Hogan may be here to fight. Look at this. Punches. And winds one up. And a brutal uppercut. Kurt Angle flies out of the ring. And Hogan going to follow up. Hulkamania running wild here on Angle. And drops him on the barricade for good measure. And you know what? Hogan, he may be limited in his in-ring maneuvers. However, what he does have in his arsenal is extremely effective. That said, you see Kurt Angle really taking advantage of Hogan right here. And the back suplex right on the spine of the Hulkster, who's had his fair share of back problems. And again now going for a chin lock. And you know what? There is an advantage in this matchup. Hulk Hogan is a former NLW 24/7 champion. Kurt Angle is not. Will that play into this matchup here? I don't know, but Hulk Hogan gets out of the sleeper with a back suplex of his own. I don't know where the power's coming from. It could be that luscious mustache, but went for a clothesline. But Angle with a German suplex. Dropping the Hulkster on his head. Now signalling for Hulk to get up. Whips him off the ropes. Misses the clothesline, and now Hogan with a sleeper. Is the Olympic gold medalist going to go to sleep? But picks the ankle. Going for that ankle lock. But Hogan kicks himself free. Now has a leg, but an enziguri. Man, oh man, how often do you see Hogan pull that one out? We've seen it from his days in Japan. But he's not just a hot dogger and a grandstander. He can wrestle when it comes down to it. However, right now, using that fist of fury on Angle, but Angle springs back up in a belly-to-belly from the top rope to the Hulkster. Hogan's going to need a lot more than vitamins and prayers to get him out of this predicament. Angle, fire it up. Angle slam incoming. But Hogan lands on his feet. And a slap from Angle. But the Hulkster unfazed. Oh my. He's hulking up, brother. And Hogan now with the comeback. Hulkamania running wild. Here in New Year's Revolution. Leg drop. But Angle moves. And now the ankle lock. The ankle lock is wrenched in onto Hogan's leg. His foot being torn to shreds by Angle, but Hogan gets to the ropes and now Angle picks him up immediately. And an angle slam to Hogan, who smartly goes to the apron. Hogan on the apron now as Kurt Angle picks his man up again. Not a German from the outside to win, surely. But an elbow from Hogan. Creates some distance there and rings the arm. And look at this! Hogan giving Angle a taste of his own medicine with the angle slam. Or maybe you can call that a Hulkster slam with a leg drop. Drops the big leg. But Angle kicks out. Oh my God, how many people have kicked out of the big leg? You see on the face of Hogan that he is in shock. And now another insult to injury, the ankle lock. Kurt Angle may have to tap. But Angle reverses the pressure. And now Kurt Angle wrenching on that foot. And look at the way it's twisted. Angle wrenching deep. And Hogan has to tap. Kurt Angle makes the immortal Hulk Hogan submit to the ankle lock. And in this battle of American heroes, it is the Olympian who scores the victory. Perhaps an upset to some, not so much to others. But I'll tell you what, Hulk Hogan here tonight, yeah, he was great, but he was no match for Kurt Angle. He pulled out all the stops though. Give him that, the leg drop and his angle slam and the ankle lock, but this was reversed into Angle's own ankle lock, and Hogan couldn't get to the ropes in time, had to tap out. Only a handful of men have made Hulk Hogan tap in his career, and Kurt Angle has added his name to the list. Kurt Angle victorious here at New Year's Revolution. Well folks, it's about time for our main event. The NLW 24/7 title is on the line. Falls count anywhere. Randy Savage defends against the Beast. The man who went in to the greatest Royal Rumble as the 24/7 champion and left with nothing. And tonight, he is out for redemption. Brock Lesnar is an unstoppable force. There's no doubt about it, and he has run roughshod on NLW 24/7. That was until the greatest Royal Rumble, where he was eliminated by none other than the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And Randy Savage would coincidentally, I should say, go on to win that match and become the new 24/7 champion. It's a hell of a contest. Go and check it out if you haven't already. But tonight, Savage gives Brock his rematch. And the 24/7 title's on the line. No disqualifications, no countouts, falls count anywhere. And right now you hear the music. What's up, March? Here he comes. The Macho Man, the 24/7 champion, Randy Savage, on his way to the ring, making no bones about it. He wants Lesnar, and he wants to tear him to shreds. Look at this now. Immediately goes after Lesnar, but Lesnar with a German suplex. Or a belly-to-belly that time. And now kneeing Savage right in the face, and Lesnar using that UFC experience to pound away on the face of Savage. But Savage biting Brock Lesnar, as his name suggests. And he's not even taken that title off yet. The axe handle. And Savage with a lariat, clotheslining Lesnar over the top. And in comes Savage, crossbody. But Lesnar catches him and drives him into the ring post. Savage Taken out now, but Lesnar wants to end it early. Look at this! Lesnar didn't calculate it in time. Savage moves and Lesnar spears the barricade. And that whole partition just came flying off. And where the hell is Savage going now? Oh my God! Dropping the elbow into the crowd. But Lesnar kicks out. Savage flew through the air into the crowd, and he may have taken out a fan here. I'll have to take a look at the replay again. Look at this. Yeah, he did. Wiping out a fan, but now the trainer's going to check on him. Don't worry, folks. We'll give him all the help he needs. Maybe a free ticket to our next Super Show, whenever that is. And now you see Randy Savage taking advantage of the no DQ stip. With those steel chair shots. One more off the ropes maybe, but no. Lesnar clotheslines him out of his boots. And picks him up for a powerbomb. And deadlifts him again. That freaky strength of Lesnar following up the powerbomb. And now Randy Savage in a world of pain. German suplex released from Lesnar, and Lesnar at this point is just toying with the champion. And it may be academic from here. F5 on the chair, but Savage turns it into a DDT. And Lesnar that time got spiked on the steel chair. Is this the opening that Savage needs? Savage immediately running to the top rope. Gonna drop the elbow maybe. But wait a minute. What the hell is this? It's Vader, the former 24/7 champion. And Vader with a Vader bomb to Lesnar on the chair. Well, Brock Lesnar and Vader, they've brawled throughout the past couple of months here on this show. Oh, look out for this. It's the 100 grand winner, Bryan Danielson. I'm gonna help Savage here, but Lesnar kicks out. Well, remember, folks, the 24/7 rule is not in effect during sanctioned matches. This match has to end before anyone can come in and try and take the title. And that's why Vader and Bryan are trying to end this match so they can go after the title immediately after. And now what on earth is this? It's Walter. Walter back after beating Paul London earlier tonight. And what the hell is the bunny, the rabbit's back out here. And he wants to fight. Oh, and a low bridge. And Walter flies out of the ring. Oh, the rabbit's got some moves, I'll give him credit, but oh no. Savage going to beat him up. But now a choke. Savage is being choked out by the bunny. What is going on here? Who on earth is that? Lesnar coming in with a knee to Savage. Walter going to try and rip that head off, and it's Samoa Joe! What on earth is Samoa Joe doing in that rabbit costume? Oh, meanwhile, in front of me, Lesnar looking for the F5 on the announce table. The steel stairs off the face of Lesnar. This main event has descended into chaos. As Savage is climbing the Concords. Savage on the balcony. And the Macho Man elbow drop through the announce table from the balcony. And Randy Savage retains the 24/7 title. What an ending to an unbelievably confusing and quite frankly chaotic match. Well, Savage threw everything he had at Lesnar, but Lesnar seemed too powerful at many points in this matchup. As he was about to put it away though, then came Vader, then came Danielson, then came Walter, and apparently in the bunny costume, Samoa Joe. And then finally this, look at this. From the heavens from the balcony. Randy Savage with a Macho Man elbow drop to Brock Lesnar to retain the 24/7 title. Well, what a night it's been here in New Year's Revolution for... Wait a minute. Why, the light's gone. Well, the mood has just changed. It's Taz. And Taz wants that 24/7 title.